All right, all right, all right. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome in. You found us once again. Shoot the Gap, a rabbit hole fantasy football focus show spanning the generation gap of the 20s and 40s. I am your humble MC, Brian Inigo Baldwin, and it's my honor. It is my pleasure to introduce to you Connor, the Gut Marshall. How you doing, Connor?
I'm doing good, Brian. Thank you for playing my theme song. It feels inappropriate not to.
Well, man, dude, it's just we are the Mavericks.
I sure am
Yeah. Okay.
Mocking on.
Okay. Yeah, it's awesome. Yes, this is our 79th show. Can you believe that, dude? 79? 70? Yeah,
Nice.
79th show. And this is on Septemmer 15th. On this hopeful year of our Lord. And this is Wednesday, and we normally record on Tuesday, but here in Houston, we had this little thing called Hurricane Nicholas to deal with Monday night, so that pushed us back to Wednesday for this day only. Okay, so on today's show, we're going to have some Merry Early Christmas, cover some of the good news, and review the games from Week 1. And, of course, I think we're going to have to fit in Thursday's Shooter Cease Fire real quick, so we got to make sure and get all that in. So, again, a long way to go, short time to get there. But
That's what she said.
Nice. Well, actually, dude, that's what the band or the Bandit said. Yeah, it's the Bandit's theme song. But I don't think it was Bandit though. I'm trying to think of the other one. Yeah, the other guy's name. His handle. Well, no. But before we do that, while I'm thinking about that, why don't you go ahead and talk about the supporters of our show?
Well, talk about supporters. Sports Host is just a supportive app in general. Everyone on there is supportive, man. So why don't you support them by downloading it from the link below in the description?
Okay. And I'll go and talk about, of course, High Volume Music Radio and highvolumemusicradio.com. Yes, make sure to go ahead and download that app, High Volume Music Radio app, and also check out the website, highvolumemusicradio.com. You'll get some really great music. It's different styles of music, so there's not really just one class. So you get all types of stuff, and then you also get different shows like Android Vocal Sounds, the Business Knowledge Broker Show. Bring back the 8-track, Access Granted with Shanika Grant, Brown Sugar Express, What's on Your Mind with Ann Boogie, Blame It on the Boogie, the Monday Mixtape, and Drive Time Sports with Charlie and Brian. Hey, Connor, if it ain't high volume, man.
Then it ain't loud enough, man.
Yeah, the brown is sunny side.
Yes, sir.
All right. So let's go ahead. And what do you think, man? You want to go ahead and get into some Merry Early Christmas, dude? You think so?
Yeah, bro.
Okay, yeah. So we got a few things to talk about on that. So I'll just go ahead and get that queued up. Yeah, hopefully it's not too loud. Yeah, when it kicks in. Okay. So again, anybody that has not seen the show, first of all, if this is your first time seeing us, thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate you. Make sure to to like and subscribe if you enjoy the content of what you're watching. All right, so. NFL started, so I feel like it's a better way. It's better to get bad news out with a smile. So I'm going to go ahead and say Merry Early Christmas to a player's manager. Connor will tell me why I'm saying that.
Yup.
So let's do it. All right, Merry Early Christmas, Taylor Heineke managers.
It's because of Mr. Fitztragic.
Yep. Yeah. He got an old man injury.
Yeah, he got an old man. His hip.
Oh, my hip! I've fallen.
Yeah, oh, my hip!
Can't get up. Yeah. The actual term is right hip subluxation, which translates to fantasy football as being placed on IR for at least 3 weeks. But basically, he's out for it's fantasy season.
So what you're saying, the hip subflammation is fantasy elimination.
Right. Hey, look at you, dude, rhyming. Yeah, but now Taylor Heineke is the QB1 for Washington Team Football, or
which is
WTF.
Not good news because he has that trainer I don't like.
Oh no, yeah. So now, of course, whenever Fitzpatrick went out, Terry McLaurin had only 4 targets, 4 receptions for 62 yards. Are you scared of Terry now, Connor?
I am scared of Scary Terry. That's kind of why I didn't draft him. It's just he's talented and you love the guy. He's a stand-up dude, but he's just on a dumpster fire of a team. You don't want that for fantasy.
Well, he was just directly tied to Fitzpatrick, and so now we're going to see what happens. I mean, there's been talk about
And
that.
Alex Smith. Alex Smith liked him.
Yeah, Alex Smith like Logan Thomas, but
No, and that's not what I'm thinking. I'm thinking. Wow, the guy from Ohio State.
Haskins.
Yeah, Haskins liked him.
Yeah, Dwayne Haskins. Yeah, he likes a lot of things too.
He likes a lot of things.
off the field stuff.
Yeah.
So let's move on. Merry early Christmas, Cortland Sutton managers.
Jerry Jeudy is on IR.
Mm-hmm.
And my friend has him in his starting lineup, and usually I tell him which guys to set, but I'm not telling him to put Jeudy in the IR against me.
Come on, man. Yeah, dude. I mean, come on. He should figure that one out on his own. I think you're fine. Yeah, so Tim Patrick was more involved after the injury, and the knee-jerk reaction, excuse the pun, would be for Patrick to get the gift, but Cortland Sutton was on a snap count as he was eased back from his ACL injury from last year, and it looks like they're going to give him a full go going forward, which means I think he gets the gift, man. I don't think it's Tim, Patrick or KJ Hamler or anything like that. I really think it's going to be Cortland Sutton. It just makes sense. To me, it just really makes sense, So, your thoughts on that, Connor?
I agree with everything you said. The one thing I want to add is that I think it gives Noah Fant a little bit of a boost. Not a boost like Sutton gets, but it gives him a little bit of a boost.
I agree. Yeah, because that's less targets. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he also got a lot of the short routes, which that's where Noah Fant lives. So I feel you, man.
Yeah, he's going to get more, maybe a red zone look or two.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. Of course he would. Or we'll watch out for Albert O around the red zone, as far as tight end goes. Okay. Merry early Christmas, Tyson Williams managers.
Because he did really good.
Well, yeah, he did. But also the Baldwin. Hey, that's me. The Baltimore Ravens just cut running back Trenton Cannon, leaving Tyson Williams and Latavius Murray as the only active RBs on the roster right now. That's until, the depth chart poo-poo platter, Flavion Bell and Devontae Freeman joins the roster. So that's what happened. Let's see here. Yesterday on Tuesday. So if we're recorded on Tuesday, that would have been the end of the sentence. Okay, that would have been the period. We've been discussing that and moving on. However, it's Wednesday, and it turned out that this actually Merry Christmas gift might be a Christmas ham. Good on Christmas Day,
Christmas
but
hams.
well, dude, it's good on Christmas Day, right? Great. But a week later, not so much, man. So I'm wondering if that's what exactly is going to happen with Tyson Williams, because the head coach Harbaugh, he came out. He had a presser today, and this is his exact quote. This is his quote. And this is when he was asked, when the press was asking him why they didn't use Williams more in the second half. This is what his answer was. We have 4 good guys in here, and those guys are all going to be a big part of what we're doing going forward. So, you see what I'm talking about, man?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it might be shit stick over there. It actually might be shit stick, So my recommendation, and this is what I'm doing, is I picked up Tyson Williams and I played him, for this week. So I knew he was going to be good this week because of the timing of when everybody was signed. Now I have Latavius Murray also, but I'm going to set them both on the bench. Sit back. Let me just see what happens. I just need to watch what happens. I think I know what's going to happen. Williams' talent, I think, is going to vault him into the starting spot. But it's going to take about a month, maybe. Hopefully not that long, but it's going to take a couple of weeks to figure out, I think. You agree?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Anything other than add than one sentence, one word?
C'est la.
Oh, then there you go. Last one. Merry early Christmas, Elijah Mitchell managers.
Yeah, Raheem Mostert being injured, and then Trey Sermon being a healthy scratch, which caught us all by surprise.
Yeah.
Mitchell had a good day. I mean, the other Niner running back had a touchdown too, but Mitchell had way more touches.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so you think that he's going to be he's going to be the guy?
Well,
Mitchell?
he's a rookie too, bro. So that's the thing. It's the
What round?
ADP.
What round?
I think he was later than Trey Sermon, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was 6th round.
He was 6th
A
round?
lot later. Yeah.
No, he went undrafted in fantasy.
Well, no, I'm talking about
The
like
real
in
draft.
the real
Yeah,
draft.
real
Yeah,
draft.
yeah.
So Sermon was a 5th-round pick.
I think he was before that, brother. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was picked up pretty high. Yeah, so
So I
um,
mean, that just goes to show. I mean, there's the whole obviously Shanahan didn't know that Mostert was going to get injured. That's why he was rolling with those guys. So I'm inclined to believe that what Shanahan was thinking before that game is, for whatever reason he wants to ease Trey Sermon into the season. Probably because he has, anxiety about all his running backs getting injured, and he wants like Sermon not to get injured because he views him as a bell cow just like we do. Maybe he doesn't think of that of Mitchell, and maybe he's just trying to get some games out of him. But who knows moving forward.
could be okay. Now I said it was a Christmas gift, but again, this one might be a Christmas ham because for today it just came out. Remember how I told you that? Why was I saying that it was Merry Early Christmas to Tyson Williams? Why was I saying that?
Because they cut the Cannon guy.
Yes, and that's the guy that got claimed off waivers, Trenton Cannon, by the San Francisco 49ers. Yes. So now Trenton Cannon is now a 49er. So now you got all that. Okay,
Yeah.
so I recommend, just like in Baltimore, don't start any of them. Just sit back, grab who you think you want, whatever. But man, the past couple of years, see, here's the thing though, is that the past couple of years with 49ers, there's always been a committee. Then Mostert kind of showed that he was going to be the man, and so it became more Mostert. But then they were sprinkling in other people, and then Tevin Coleman left, so that left away from the committee. But then they got Sermon. Now Elijah's risen. Okay, and then they signed Trenton Cannon, dude. I mean, it's like, oh my god, dude. I don't know which one's worse.
Shanahan's he probably thinks he's cursed and he's bad luck. Either that or they take on injury prone running backs because they have such a good system.
Well, no, whatever. Yeah, but it's going to be tough. You're just going to have to wait a couple of weeks to see what's going to happen. Yeah, I don't think anybody really knows. And if they do tell you that they do, they're trying to sell you something. Mm-hmm. All right, man. So, okay, moving on. Oh, so here we go.
This is good news.
There you go.
If you ain't got any rules, if you ain't got any canoes. Ha!
I've got half of it. That's okay. Good enough.
Half
is better than that. Yeah. So the good news. We'll move on to the good news here. So former Lions running back Kerryon Johnson has signed with the 49ers practice squad. So
you can't read this shit.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying, man? This 49er backfield's getting something into that room.
Dude.
Yeah, they're having to bring in chairs from other rooms into the running back room.
It's like, can we get them? Just take some from the wide receiver room.
Right.
They don't need them.
Take it from the secretary. Secretary's chair. Rolling it up
from
there.
The defense.
Yeah, man. There's just a lot.
What? Bosa took all of them?
SRO, baby. It's SRO at the running back room. Standing room only right now.
Shit out of luck.
Yeah. And then of course, Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski says that Odell Beckham Jr. will not play in their Week 2 game versus the Texans as he recovers from a knee injury. So, any thoughts on that, Connor?
It's not looking good. Good. How do I put this delicately?
You're not known for being delicate.
Okay, I think that Odell Beckham's body is messed up from all the drugs and partying he did, and he doesn't have enough weight on him to ever recover from it. It looks like his joints have taken their toll, and we might have seen the last of good Odell forever.
You know what Odell Beckham Jr. would say to that? Did somebody say joints?
Nice. And I would say, okay. Yeah, Odell, and here, just take it. Because I'm going to tell you about how your career's over. It's going to bum you out, so we need to even the playing field.
Whack. Well, you know what? Actually, dude, anytime I feel bad, that's what I always play, So this is for you. This is for you, Odell. Yeah.
Odell, the first player to join the coaches for this song. Proud moment.
Yeah. There you go. This should make you feel better there.
And he's probably the only one in that room who can actually dance.
Probably. Yeah, he does got some moves.
So it's not all
All right.
bad.
Okay, so I'm gonna go over the this last bit of news. I'm gonna go through it kind of quickly so we can jump into everything that we need to get to. If you want to chime in, Connor, please feel free to. But I'm just gonna go real quick. Feel free to interrupt me. I don't mind if you do. Okay, but I will tell you though, man. Excuse this, dude, but while I was doing my research, I found an unfortunate connection with this last string of news, and it just kind of begs for this, man. So. Yeah. Yeah, so let's get started. Rashad Penny has re-aggravated a calf injury in Sunday's game and will miss a few weeks, so Alex Collins is now the backup to the ageless Chris Carson. It was confirmed that San Francisco cornerback Jason Verrett tore his ACL and will be out for the season now. Hours after extending cornerback Marshawn Lattimore for 5 years at $100 million, the man suffered a thumb injury in Sunday's game and got surgery to repair the chip bone today. He is considered week to week. News just came out of Cowboys practice today that defensive end Marcus Lawrence suffered a broken foot during the team's practice today. He is considered out indefinitely. Seattle cornerback Jeff. Let me see if Okudah. Hey, I said it.
Hey.
Suffered a ruptured Achilles and is out for the season. He was their number 3 overall draft pick last year. New York Jets starting left tackle Mekhi Becton dislocated his kneecap and has MCL and cartilage damage that will keep him out 4 to 6 weeks. It's should be noted that that's whenever all the sacks came on Zach Wilson was whenever this man went out. So keep that in mind. Las Vegas Raiders defensive tackle Gerald McCoy has been declared out for the season after injuring his knee in Monday's game. Raiders backup quarterback Marcus Mariota re-aggravated his quad injury and he might be out long term. Raiders edge rusher Yannick, you want to say that? Gakui? Yeah? No, I wasn't going to get you to say okay. Injured his hamstring, but head coach John Gruden is hoping it isn't long term. New York Jets safety LaMarcus Joyner tore his tricep and is out for the season. And Jets linebackers Jamie Sherwood sprained his ankle, and Blake Cashman strained his hamstring, will miss a few weeks. They also lost their punter due to a knee injury, but come on, man. It's a punter. So, okay, all right. That got through all that stuff. Maybe I should play some yakety sax, man. That was a lot of freaking injuries, man. Okay. So, let's do this, dude. Let's do this. Because this way we can kind of devote more as much time as possible to the weekend review, week 1 review. Let's go ahead and talk about the shoot or ceasefire for Thursday. You want to go and do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know who it's going to be?
It is going to be. Yeah, it's going to be the Broncos and the.
Nope. Try again.
It's not the Broncos.
No, the Broncos are playing the Jags on
no,
Sunday.
I was right. It's the Giants in Washington.
Yeah!
Known as
You had me
WTF.
saying Washington team football. WTF,
Washington
man.
team football. WTF.
Yeah, there's a 50% chance of rain, 8 miles per hour.
I like the odds having the Washington team football defense.
Yeah, that's definitely somebody I would shoot on. Would be Washington team defense. I would also shoot on as far as Washington goes. Logan Thomas, Antonio Gibson.
I'd shoot on Scary Terry if
That's exactly where I'm at, dude.
I know, yeah.
That's exactly where I'm at,
I know
dude.
that face.
Yeah. Go ahead and shoot on Terry.
in PPR for sure in PPR.
Okay. And yeah, with Samuels out, with Curtis Samuels out, yeah, I got you. I feel you. Okay. Yeah, and but I would cease fire on Taylor Heineke though.
Same.
Who would you shoot or cease fire on? And cease fire on the Giants, brother.
Brother, nobody. If I'm being honest.
No, yeah, I would shoot on Sterling Shepard. And that's about it.
That's safe.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's it. Everybody else, Saquon, all that.
It's worth mentioning for everyone that's like they think that Kenny Golladay is good because Daniel Jones like has a big arm and Kenny Golladay runs fast. Daniel Jones struggles throwing outside of the 20s, which is like where Kenny Galladay thrives. No, I'm sorry, not outside of the 20s, outside of the numbers. And that's where Kenny Galladay thrives. So if Daniel Jones can't get the ball to him there, his speed is wasted.
That's been the biggest problem. Has been the mismatch between Daniel Jones's strengths and Kenny Galladay's strengths. They just try to go for a big name, and they didn't care. They were like, I don't care if it's a square going in a round hole. We'll make that damn thing big.
That's what Adderall does, buddy. That's what Adderall does.
I did want to take a point real quick on Mostert. I wanted to kind of use this platform to say something real quick. There are reports that Mostert is getting thousands of direct messages stating that he should kill himself or get cut. Come on, everybody. This is a game. All right? Seriously, dude. Okay, seriously. Just relax and take a step back and just realize, seriously, read it and realize how awful of a person you're being.
It's people like you that make running backs like Chris Carson and Josh Jacobs not care about fantasy. You are actually fucking it up for everybody.
Yeah, it's just terrible. Yeah, just don't do that. It's just you're being a bad person, okay? And just it's not good.
And that shit comes back around, man.
Yeah, put that energy back, it goes out you. Okay, all right. So I did want to go ahead and say that, and also I want to say this: that before we get into the games, okay, I want to do a real quick fantasy football PSA, public service announcement. This was the first week, okay? So forget the fact that that no season is won or lost in the first week. That's a side point right now. Okay, what I want you to focus on, keep in mind that defenses have had weeks to prepare for whatever offense that they were going against. So of course they were prepared. Okay, so if your guys did not come out and play, Aaron Rodgers or James Robinson or
Najee Harris,
Devontae Adams, yeah, we'll talk about it. Just focus on exactly. Focus on the usage. No, Najee Harris. Not the points right now, okay? So just focus on the usage. This first week, watch the usage. Then after this week, it'll start going back into the regular where everybody only has like a couple of days to prepare, and it'll get back into where it needs to be. Just relax.
Or
okay?
maybe
Don't
your
panic.
guy just sucks.
Well, maybe not. Maybe not.
I'm just
Yeah,
being that.
you don't know that. That's what my point is.
Yeah,
Just
you don't know.
Don't panic drop, and definitely don't panic trade. Okay, all right.
Unless
so let's
you're
move
trading to me.
Jeez.
If you're watching this, Zach, you should trade with me.
No, Zach, dude, he's in third place. He's fine. That ship is that's gone. That's gone. Yeah. I'm glad he didn't though, because just that would have just been bad for him. I mean, just as far he wouldn't have been competitive, and it'd have been a bad year for him. And he's the worship leader there. That you don't want that. Okay, so you want to go in and lead us through the games, or do you want me to, man?
Why don't you take us there, brother?
Okay, I'll start off with San Francisco at Detroit. Yeah, San Francisco beating Detroit 41-33. How did you do on your prediction?
I did not get that one correct. I got most of these wrong. I only got two where I got the winner and the spread right. So I really hope no one actually took my they went with this and spent money. But if you bet money on the Chiefs game or the Rams game, you got it. For this one, however, I did get I think I got the over right.
Okay.
Yeah.
But just remember this, dude. Thomas Jefferson. He never looked at any of his failures as something that was bad, right?
Oh yeah.
What he said was he just found a new he likes to find 10,000 ways to fail. That's all he's done.
Exactly.
So now he's gonna find how to do it right. So don't worry about it, man.
Yeah. No, yeah,
So-
for sure.
Yeah, so Scuds, man, the Scuds, these are the ones that did well. Of course, Elijah, we already talked about him. Mitchell, he rushed for 19 times for 104 yards, 1 touchdown. Deebo Samuel, 12 targets, 9 receptions, 189, 1 touchdown. And Jimmy G, 17 for 25, 314 yards, 1 TD, and a fumble. How about you take 3, man? Scud or dud, whichever one you feel.
Yeah, Jamal.
In fact, I just did all San Francisco Scuds.
Yeah, I'm gonna do Detroit Scuds.
Okay.
First off, shout out to Brian's guy T.J. Hawkinson. T.J. Hawkinson, Scud and a half a Rooney. Jared Goff,
Yeah.
Lions debut, 3 TDs, 338 yards, 38 for 57, and an interception, and he still looked soft. Jamal Williams, 9 carries, 54 yards, and a touchdown. But DeAndre Swift looked pretty good too. So
Well, yeah. Jamal Williams also got 9 targets, dude, for 8 receptions for 56 yards.
Yeah, and DeAndre Swift caught a 43-yard touchdown pass.
Yeah, he had 11 targets, 8 receptions, 65 yards.
They both did. They both. It was uncharacteristic how much the Lions tore up the Niners defense. This is what Brian's talking about in terms of preparing, I think.
Yeah, so these 3 guys, Hawkinson, Swift, Williams, asking for a friend. Do you think it's sustainable?
Yeah, I think Hawkinson's sustainable.
What about
Williams doesn't get injured, so you're on the right side of the shit stick with that one. And I don't respect Goff as a person or a player.
Swift. I wasn't going to ask you about Goff. Just Swift. What about Swift?
Man, Swift reminds me too much of Kerryon Johnson.
Okay. All right. Okay, so you're a little nervy. Okay, gotcha.
I don't think they can draft running backs.
Well, they can sign him. Yeah, they do a good job on that. Yeah. Oh man. Okay, so the duds. I only had 2, man. Trey Sermon for the healthy scratch, and Brandon Ayuk for being benched in favor of Trent Sherfield. That's all I could really come out because like the duds are basically where you're expecting a performance and they didn't live up to it. And so you're expecting Sermon to play. You're expecting Ayuk to play. So that's why I put that. You got any, man?
No, the Trey Sermon one was like kind of the big one for me.
Yeah. If you want to be dirty, you can put Raheem Mostert, but that's dirty pool.
Dirty,
yeah. Okay. Pittsburgh at Buffalo. Buffalo actually ended up winning this one, 23-16. Yeah,
I
was
got both of these wrong because I took the over in the the Bills, but the Steelers won.
They did.
Yeah, buddy. The Steelers won 23-16.
Yes, they did.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you want to do the Scuds first, man?
Yeah, I'll take the Scuds, Maine. There weren't really that. Ironically, there weren't really that many for the Steelers, despite getting the dub. I'm gonna tackle Josh Allen. 30 for 51. He went. It was a duel between him and Big Ben, and he held his own. 30 for 51, 270 touchdown. There wasn't a lot of offense. There weren't really a lot of scuds. I mean, you can include Diggs, 9 receptions, 69 yards, but that's you don't consider.
No,
that
that's a dud for me. That's a dud.
You have high standards, but I understand it. I mean,
dude, 9 receptions for 69 yards.
You're expecting 15 for 120 and 2.
I drafted him in the first round. I'm expecting more.
This is fair. I'm gonna include the Buffalo's kicker. That'll do it for this.
Okay. Deontay Johnson. He got 10 targets for 36 yards and a touchdown. That's the one. I mean, if you're gonna squeeze in, Dudge. We already talked about Stephon Diggs, man, and then Najee Harris, of course. 16 rushes for 45 yards. But these are ones again. Najee Harris. 16 rushes. How many snaps and he got how many snaps did he do, man? He got 100% of the snaps. Okay, so
he
great
got a lot
usage.
of touches. Yeah, great usage.
Great usage. Okay, going against a great defense that's had a long time to prepare, and he's a rookie. I've said this before. Okay, even whenever I drafted Najee, I remember this whenever I drafted him. Is that he's a rookie running back, so you got to be a little patient. Got to be a little patient. They're not all going to be Elijah. Okay, Mitchell, not the Elijah. Okay, Elijah. I'm sure the Elijah would be a great running back.
Or Elisha.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly. Stephon Diggs, 14 targets. 14 targets. Okay, usage. So don't be nervous about him. And he's gonna. Yeah, of course.
The Steelers defense.
Yes, actually they did. Yeah, they blocked that punt and ran that touchdown in. How can I forget? I have them. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was fantastic to watch. Yeah, I remember I was just watching it on the where I was doing the plays on Yahoo, where it just kind of gives you play-by-play thing, and it just said it had Josh Allen. I was like, throw it to Diggs, and it just said blocked punt, blocked punt, run for touchdown. I was like, hey, I'll take that. Anything more you want to add to that?
No, sir.
All right. New York Jets at Carolina. 14-19 in favor of Carolina. Scuds. Sam Darnold, 24 for 35, 279 yards, 1 touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, of
He
course.
also ran for a touchdown.
Oh, there you go. And Corey Davis, 7 targets, 5 receptions, 97 yards, and 2 touchdowns. You got anybody you want to add to that list?
Yeah, I'm gonna also add in Christian McCaffrey as a receiver. I'm joking. He's that good. He had 21 carries and 9 receptions. Jeez, and even 30 touches.
Yeah, and who called Sam Darnold? You know, Sam Darnold's going to be good. Who said that?
I think that was this Amigo guy.
Yeah,
there
Mr.
we
Two
go.
Thumbs right here. Yeah. I got him in both leagues. Yeah.
Well, you have 2 thumbs. I have 2 rings.
I got one. I'm working on it.
This is true.
Yeah. Duds. Any duds?
Yeah, I know Robbie Anderson scored a touchdown, but I'm still putting him in
I
there
agree.
because his usage sucked.
You expected more. I mean, the
Expected way
Darnold
fucking more.
Anderson connection, the revenge game.
Bullshit.
You know, blah,
He
blah.
favored DJ Moore. What kind of happy ass, grab ass in the shower bullshit is this?
yeah. Oh, dude. Okay, this is gonna be a different game, but you want. In fact, it's gonna be the next game we talk about. But you want to talk about grab ass in the shower? That's freaking Urban Myers and Carlos Hyde.
Yeah,
They're playing grab ass
they're
in the
playing
shower.
grab ass in the shower.
Hell
No
yeah,
judgment.
they are. No, it's cool, man. It's cool, but
But
yeah,
you're
they
playing
are.
grab ass in the shower.
Yeah, you are, dude. Yeah, you are. And don't say you're not.
Don't
You are.
deny it. Yeah.
Exactly. It's 2021. You can say you're playing grab ass in the
Own
shower.
up to your
Nobody will care.
shit.
Yeah. In fact, we'll salute you for it. We'll salute you for it. The New York Jets backfield, man. Tevin Coleman, 9 attempts for 24 yards. Ty Johnson, 4 attempts for 15 yards. Michael Carter for 4 attempts, 6 yards. So all total, 17 attempts for 45 yards. That's terrible. That's poo poo.
All I can decipher from that is the coach likes fours.
4, 4. Hey, yeah.
40.
Yeah.
That's not a good stat.
No. But that's another one that you can grab. You know, whoever you feel like you believe in, and if you have a spot in your bench, you can stash them. Wait a few weeks, see what happens. You know,
Man, you
it's,
shouldn't
know,
be going after the Jets running back. Pick up the
Dude, you
Niners
just-
guys. The Niners
you
guys
just-
are all out there. They're a better prayer than the Jets.
Corey Davis. Do you think what he's doing is that sustainable?
Yeah, I pick him up.
Okay. I agree, but I would not play him this month or this week. This month. Yeah. No, this coming up week. And this is kind of a jump into Friday's episode where we go over the shoot or ceasefire for all the remaining games. But I'll just go and give you this one right now. Bill Belichick, he always takes out the best player on the other team. That's his focus on defense. It's always neutralize the best guy and have the other guys beat him. All right. So with that in mind, like, you know, I was talking to my brother about it, and he's like, "Well, did they do it on Miami?" I was like, "Well, who's the best player on Miami? You know, nobody knows, right? Who you gonna neutralize? You don't know who it is." But with this one, you know, it's Corey Davis. So they're coming after Corey Davis. They're going to be neutralizing him out. So I don't think he's going to have a good week this week. So I would not start. But that's Friday's episode. Okay. Anything more you want to add, Connor?
No, sir. Say la.
All right. Then we'll go on to Jacksonville.
Grab
and
ass
Houston.
in the shower.
Yep. Well, yeah. Yep. Exactly. Houston. This will probably be the only time I'll say this all year. Houston beat a team. They beat Jacksonville 37-21.
And they scored touchdowns. Not something
Yes.
you're always going to be able to say.
Yes.
You love
And
that. You love the touchdowns as a Texan. We don't get a lot of touchdowns around here.
It's your team. Okay, so you talk about the scuds on the Texans.
Yeah, you know, it was I regret having to say this live on the air, but Mark Ingram, 26 carries, 85 yards and a touchdown.
Well, that's the Jacksonville defense. That's not you saying it.
Exactly.
You
Yeah,
know?
that's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
It just-
I hated it when he kicked our logo last year, so I thought, oh, it'd be cool if he like gets injured as a Texan, like it's, you know.
Urban Meyer looked out of place. He looked like he could tell that he does not know how to prepare for an NFL season. He doesn't know how to handle an NFL team right now. I mean, that's why he's
there's
giving.
college coaches and there's NFL coaches. Some guys can't do the NFL, like Jim Harbaugh.
Mhm,
He couldn't do
mhm.
it.
Saban.
Saban, Chip Kelly. Remember
Who was
Chip
the dude
Kelly?
in Washington? Yeah, the Washington guy. Yeah, he was a Florida State. He was the Florida State
Oh yeah, he
coach.
did
I
it
can't
last.
remember. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't recall his name. It was years ago. But anyway, yeah. So you said
Everyone
Ingram,
from the Belichick tree who somehow has a job.
right? Who else? Who else other than Ingram?
Brandon Cooks.
Mm-hmm.
Now the usage wasn't great. He only got 5 targets, but he turned 7 targets, but he turned that into 5 receptions and 132 yards.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then Tyrod
And
Taylor.
yep.
Yep, 21
Yeah.
for 33, 291 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Are any of those things sustainable? Any of those three guys?
Even if they are, we wouldn't know by this game because the Texans didn't even look that good. If I'm being honest, there were players.
You're right.
Yeah, there were. I remember the play before Mark Ingram scored the touchdown. Philip Lindsay muffed a carry in the 5 and almost turned the ball over.
You know, man, I can't believe, dude, that we've gone all this far and we have both these teams, and I haven't played this yet. I mean, right? Because I mean, isn't Jacksonville kind of deserving of this right now, dude? Right?
Yeah.
I would agree with that. I would agree with that because I mean, dude, look.
For those wondering why Brian hates Jacksonville so much, he has James Robinson in both leagues, and he hates the fact that Carlos Hyde is getting this much usage.
Grab ass, okay?
Grab
Yeah,
ass
so-
in the shower.
Dude, James Robinson looks so much better than Carlos Hyde.
I
And
agree wholeheartedly, sir.
all I can say is that Carlos Hyde's a little older, and so I think that he's going to actually, he's going to get hurt. I believe he's going to get hurt with all this usage. This
That's
is more
what
usage.
happens when you.
Yeah, so when that happens, then Robinson will go back to where he should be. But it doesn't make sense. I mean, all it's showing is that Urban Meyer just doesn't know what he's doing right now. Not saying he's not going to get it together. Again, first week for him. I mean, going from being in a comfortable small pool to a gigantic ocean of the NFL. But still, just for this game, he looked like he looked a lot like the. B.O.B. like Bill O'Brien. That's what he looked like. Yeah. So, but before we move on, couple of scuds for Jacksonville. Trevor Lawrence, 28 for 51 for 332 yards, 3 touchdowns but 3 interceptions. And DJ Shark Jr. 12 targets, 3 receptions, 86 yards, and 1 touchdown. Do you think DJ Shark's sustainable?
I don't know who Lawrence is gonna latch on to at this point, so I wash my hands of this one, as they say.
Okay, I think it is. I think it is. So much so that I picked him up and I'm putting him in my flex this week. Yeah. Yeah, so okay. All right, so there we go. All right. That ends that game. Okay, so Arizona at Tennessee. 38-13. Yeah, Arizona, man. They should have bested the Titans, man. You want to take this? You want to start off with this one?
Yeah, bro. So, D-Hop was a straight up awesome world star level, not all-star, world star. That's how good D-Hop is, and I am super stoked that I have him in one of my leagues. Kyler Murray looks like a freaking boss. He had 4 touchdowns and interception.
I think you ran one in, right?
I don't think so. Yeah,
Okay.
he did. No, he did. So he accounted for 5 total touchdowns. 5. Let's count them. Sonic is back, guys, and so is Knuckles or Nookles.
Nookles.
Nookles. D-Hop's new nickname from this show. You heard it here first. Sonic and Nookle.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. I love it. All right. Any more scuds, or we going to the duds now?
I don't think you can say there are any more scuds on either team, to be perfectly honest with you.
I agree. Duds. Derrick Henry.
Duds, Derrick Henry.
Yeah, 17 attempts, 58 yards. Yeah. Again, usage, 17 attempts. That's not bad. And especially since they were behind. They had to abandon the run. That happens. I remember I managed Derrick Henry last year, and I remember that happening. And it's extremely frustrating when they abandon the run. It just seems logical just to throw a monster like Derrick Henry out into the open space, give him the ball, and let him go to town on like the cornerbacks. But whatever. Ryan Tannehill, 21 for 35, 212 yards, one touchdown, but one interception. A.J. Brown, 8 targets, 4 receptions, 49 yards, 1 TD. And Julio Jones, 6 targets, 3 receptions, 29 yards. You worried about any of those guys? Any of the 4 I just mentioned, you worried about them?
I am worried about Julio Jones, yes.
You are worried about Julio?
Yes,
Okay.
I want him in 2 leagues.
Okay. But not Brown, Tannehill, or... I wouldn't be worried about
I
Henry.
dropped Tannehill, and I'm not worried about Henry.
You dropped Tannehill?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right.
But I have Winston in that league, so...
Okay.
I made a lateral move.
Jameis Winston. Okay, good enough.
Well,
All right.
Because he's a crab, he walks sideways.
We'll see if he holds on to the job. We'll see what happens. All right, but not a bad. I mean,
Holding on
whatever.
to the
dude.
weight, that's for damn sure.
Yeah, if you're not sold on Julio Jones, there's no reason to hold on to Tannehill. I agree. Any more thoughts on that game?
No, sir. Say la.
All right. The Los Angeles Chargers at WTF, Washington Team Football. Chargers won 20-16. I'll start with the Scuds. Justin Herbert, 31 for 47, 337 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. That's really good for the rookie, the second-year player that they were thinking was going to play like a rookie because he had to go across town or across the country and also play an early game. But no, he came out. Keenan Allen, 13 targets, 9 receptions, 100 yards. I know he doesn't get a touchdown, but again, 13 targets. Okay, 100 yards, all right? So, yeah, that turned out to be a scud for me. I did not have any more scuds listed. Connor, did you want to mention any?
Washington Team Football defense.
Okay, if you say so.
They did pretty good in the Freedom League, but they didn't do as good in normal.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like in the Freedom League, there's all different types of like ways to score. That's not normal. Stopping, like when you get a tackle for a loss, that's a point that's in the Freedom League. That's not in the other one.
But they got 7 points against a pretty good defense, so that's not breaking by any means.
Okay, all right. Well, if you say so, I would respectfully disagree, but okay, good enough. Okay. I think they should have done better. That's why I agree with Pittsburgh because it was like they scored 16 points in the normal league. Who knows what he scored on the Freedom League?
They have a beautiful schedule because they have the Giants and then Atlanta a week after Buffalo. So
that is beautiful. Dudsland, who do you want to talk about the Duds?
Whew. Yeah, Mike Williams. I feel like we're going to be saying that a lot. I'm joking.
Okay.
I'm joking.
Okay. Yeah, he was actually a recommendation, like a high recommendation for a waiver wire pickup.
Yeah,
Mike
you see how Yahoo has the new thing where it's like drop and ad suggestions.
Yeah.
And it's always like really bad. Like it was telling me.
I'm like, yeah, man, leave me alone,
to drop
dude.
Antonio Brown and pick up Mike Williams. I'm like, fuck out of here.
You wonder what it's like, dude? Okay, it's there's a guy called on the Fantasy Doctors, right? I love watching him because he's really good at explaining injuries. But then he starts smelling his own farts and be like, I wouldn't start this guy, and I would make sure I drop that guy. I'm like, no, stop, dude. Stay in your lane. You're a freaking doctor, okay? Talk to me about the injuries. I couldn't give a shit about who you think you want to start or sit, dude. Just tell me about the injuries. Stay in your lane and move on. They'll make the video shorter. You'll get more clicks.
Guy.
Okay, yeah. It's just like that, dude. Just like that. But okay, continue.
Nah, bro. This was a really low scoring game. There weren't really that many scuds. I mean, Gibson, you wanna include Gibson on this one?
Yeah, absolutely. Because you're expecting like a huge performance from Antonio Gibson. 20 attempts, 90 yards. Come on, you're expecting more than that.
Now,
of course, we already talked about Scary Terry.
Yeah, we were talking about Scary Terry. We're not gonna go low and include Ryan on the list of.
No.
But
no.
I mean.
My hip.
Sorry, Ryan.
Austin Eckler, definitely.
He looks good.
He had 15 attempts, 57 yards for 1 touchdown, but 0 targets. And he's also they're flexing in Roundtree, man. Larry Roundtree, they're flexing him in. they're using him more and more, dude. I mean, it's 15 attempts is great. I think it's wonderful, but he needs to get those targets up for him to be like what you're hoping to get. Anything more you want to add on that?
Say la.
All right, Philadelphia at Atlanta,
Woo!
32-6.
Battle of the Boyds.
Yeah. You had a lot of dogs in this fight.
Devontae Smith in both leagues, and he did great. He was a scud. Six receptions for 71 yards and a touchdown. Looked real nice bringing that touchdown down. First game ever in the NFL. You couldn't tell.
Well, the Atlanta defense will help.
That's true.
Yeah. And of course, Jalen Hurts, 27 for 35, 264 yards, 3 touchdowns. Any other? I think Sanders, he did really well and won the league. But I think I didn't put him as a scud because he did what was expected. He didn't go, above and beyond, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with all of that. And that concludes it. There were no other scuds on either
Agreed.
team. You want to talk about the duds?
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, so let's start with the Falcons because they had a lot of those.
That's the only duds I got.
Yeah, Calvin Ridley, who was someone. This smart ripped guy, was saying don't trust Calvin Ridley. You remember that?
Dude, you cannot put smart and ripped together because you're not smart for saying you're ripped.
I just did.
All right, dude. Seriously, dude.
So Calvin Ridley. Okay, you're right. You're
real
right.
gangsters don't gotta talk. They just flex,
jacked.
right?
Okay. You like that?
What? I don't like any of that, man. Okay, dude, maybe somebody else does. I know it's 2021, but dude, no, I got this from a woman.
Cordell Patterson, seven carries, 54 yards.
How about the baby giraffe? Yeah, I mean he was considered a hot waiver pickup, and there's just all this talk about pick him up. But I don't know.
Yeah,
man.
I'd rather mess around with that Saints tight end / wide receiver, if I'm being honest.
Oh, Juwan Johnson? No, dude, that's a donkey. yeah. Because I understand he did real well, dude, but he only got 2 catches in the end zone. I mean, and they're all in the touchdowns. That's unsustainable, but that's New Orleans. But Mike Davis, 15 attempts for 49 yards. Kyle Pitts, dude. Let's talk about Kyle Pitts. Mr. First time, a tight end was taken so high is, otherworldly, 8 targets, 4 receptions for 31 yards, so, I mean, he looked good, but come on, man. Where's the production? Any more duds you want to add?
No, sir. Say la.
Okay. Seattle at Indianapolis. Easy for me to say. Yeah, Seattle at Indianapolis. Hey, 28-16, Seattle. Spanking those Colts. All right, so yeah. Russell Wilson, man. 18 for 23, 250 yards, 4 touchdowns. Mr. Tyler Lockett, 5 targets, 4 receptions for 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. Zach Pascal for 5 targets. 5 targets, 4 receptions, 43 yards and 2 touchdowns. Take it, dude.
Oh, you saw that? you did a good job holding it in. For those wondering what happened, Brian saw me make a move in our fantasy thing right after he gave me advice.
2 minutes later, after I say Juwan Johnson's a donkey pick, he picks Alex Collins, which is a great pickup. Okay, excellent pickup. Okay, congratulations on that. Seriously, but you dropped Juwan Johnson.
Well, because you had him before me, so I was like, yeah, I guess Brian knows what he's talking about.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, that's the reason why I dropped him. But
it's pretty funny,
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, everybody, for me laughing in the middle of that. But that's what it was. It's just I got to notice, and I was like, he does this mess. If you haven't watched the show before, Connor does all this mess, all the time. Like, I'll be talking about, don't pick, drop this guy or pick up this guy. Then, ding, there'll be a message saying that he picked the guy up or dropped somebody. Insane. Crazy. Zach Pascal, 5 targets, 4 receptions, 43 yards, 2 touchdowns. Any more scuds you want to add?
No, sir.
All right, duds. Jonathan Taylor. How about talk about him, dude? Come on.
Woohoo! Yeah, the J Train. J Train was looking. He had a couple, big plays that kind of saved him. He had 17 carries for 56 yards, but 6 receptions for 60 yards. So he saved the day through the air.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, but I put him as a dud. I was expecting more. Same thing with Chris Carson, 16 attempts, 91 yards. Anything more you want to add on that?
For the duds.
Yeah, or Scuds. Anything more on the game?
Oh, Scuds? Yeah, Tyler Lockett.
I did say Tyler Lockett.
Okay, then say Lockett.
Yeah, one. Okay. he was such a scud that we
we had
we
to say, well, because he got 2 touchdowns, we got to say it twice.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. I didn't say DK Metcalf because he kind of did like right at the your floor.
Or like DK Metcalf.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Good job. Good. All right. Minnesota at Cincinnati. 24-27. Cincinnati best in Minnesota in overtime. How about that, dude? Off of a Dalvin Cook fumble. How about that? Yeah. You want to take care of the Scuds?
Yes, sir. So this was a pretty interesting game. The only game to go to overtime. And Jamar Chase, everyone said that he wasn't going to do too good, but he had 5 receptions for 101 yards and a touchdown, and he got separation. That was the big thing, and he caught it. Joe Mixon, of course, is in my opinion, the scud of the matchup.
Yes.
29 carries, 127 yards, and a touchdown. Looked freaking awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah. And then I guess Joe Burrow, 20 for 27, 261 for 2 touchdowns.
Yeah. Kirk Cousins.
No picks.
Right.
Yeah. Kirk Cousins.
36 for 49, 351 yards, 2 touchdowns. And Adam Thielen, 10 targets. You called it. 10 targets, 9 receptions, 92 yards, 2 touchdowns. You called that one. Duds. I did say Dalvin Cook because Dalvin Cook again did his floor, even though he did the fumble that ended the the turnover, blah 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 blah. He still scored for the fantasy manager, so you're still happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Justin Jefferson, talk about him.
Yeah, I was talking to the doc a little, and the doc has him, and he was upset because all the wide receivers on his bench did better than Jefferson. It's kind of a big disappointment for people in terms of fantasy. And, what I will say is from what I saw of him in that game, he looked healthy at least, and that's what I was worried about. So I would shrug it off. The Minnesota receivers are going to have days like that. That's just kind of the territory that you're dealing with. You're going to have some 3 touchdown games. Brighter days are ahead.
Yeah, 9 targets is very, very. It's something I would not be too concerned about. I think that might have been another one of the situation like what happened with Green Bay, which I think we'll get to soon.
I think the Vikings also slept on the Bengals. I don't think
that's what I'm saying.
Would do that.
That's what I'm saying. They just went in and put a W, and they're already just like Jacksonville already put a W in their column. They're already moving, and they just came unprepared. Tyler Boyd, 4 targets, 3 receptions, 32 yards was a dud for me. Yeah, but we called that on the show that he was going to be the forgotten.
Some other shows were saying that Boyd was going to do good.
Yeah, right. Not us. We never.
That we don't preach that bullshit. We were saying it was going to be Higgins and Chase, if anything.
Right. Yeah. So we have probably about six more games to get to. So let's kind of pop it up.
Yeah, let's pop it off.
Yeah. Now, I mean, we're gonna still give information. It just won't.
Yeah, we're right about 55 minutes.
We probably won't pause for drama. Okay, Cleveland at Kansas City. Cleveland besting Kansas, or not Kansas City besting Cleveland. Excuse me, 33-29. Scuds, go for it, Connor.
Tyreek Hill, 11 catches, 197 yards, and a touchdown. Patrick
15
Mahomes,
targets.
Yes, sir, 27 for 36. You must be happy you have him. 337 yards, 3 touchdowns. Nick Chubb, 15 carries, 83 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Yep, and Kelsey.
Kind of
7
upset
targets.
I drafted Henry over Chubb right now.
Well, the fact that it took you 0.5 seconds to draft Henry, you probably didn't have much time to think about it. Travis Kelsey. Yeah, Travis Kelsey, 7 targets, 6 receptions, 76 yards, 2 touchdowns. I actually drafted Diggs before Hill. I got Hill in the second round. Duds. I just have Candy Bone himself. Eclair. Yeah, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, 14 attempts, that's great, but 43 yards, that's bad. So, I don't think it's going to manifest to what you were hoping for. Anything more you wanted to add?
Yeah, the Cleveland Browns wide receiving core.
Oh, okay.
The
All
fact
right.
that David Njoku, 3 catches, 76 yards, is the Browns' leading receiver on the ESPN app, that's all I need to say.
Gotcha. Bless them. All right. Miami at New England. Yeah, man. I think New England finally barely pulled that out, right? 17-16.
That's what she said.
Yeah. Scuds. Who would be your scud?
For that game, there were not many, but
I just have one.
You know
I have
what? Damian Harris, 23
That's
carries,
it.
100 yards. Yep.
That's it. That's all I got.
That's it.
The duds, the real duds, oddly, they both have the same initials, MG. Yeah. Mike Gesicki, 2 targets, no receptions. Miles Gaskin,
9 carries.
9 attempts, 49 yards. Yeah. So yeah, you were expecting a lot more from that, especially. Yeah, the trade I did in the Freedom League. Woohoo! We'll just keep going on that. Yeah, let's don't dwell on that. Anything more you want to add on that game?
Selah.
Yeah, I'm like, don't worry about it. I wouldn't worry about Tua or whatever.
And I wouldn't draft Patriots players.
Man. Because Damian Williams did real well, but he had that fumble at the end of the game. So now there's a lot of talk about, that Belichick's going to bench him for it, but I don't think he's going to.
Darrell Williams?
Damian.
Damian Harris.
Or Damian Harris, sorry. Damian Harris, yes. Thank you. Moving on. Denver at New York Giants.
Hey, it's your team.
Yes, it is. It is.
Oh,
27-13. No, dude. I got tired of being beaten up, dude. As soon as Easterby's gone, I'll be back. But, dude, I'm tired of being beaten. I'm too old to be beaten. It's time to move on. Yeah, go. So let me talk. I'll talk about my scud. The only scud I know of that I listed for Denver, which is Melvin Gordon. 11 attempts. 101 yards, 1 touchdown. And then the only scud for the Giants. You know who it is? Who is it, Connor?
Sterling Shepard, 7 catches, 113 yards, 1 touchdown.
Yep, that's exactly right. Duds, of course, Saquon Barkley, 10 attempts for 26 yards. And Kenny Galladay, 6 targets, 4 receptions, 64 yards. Yeah, So, yeah, I thought that was I know that Melvin Gordon and Javonte Williams are going 50-50, but Melvin Gordon, he's playing like he wants to prove something. And so he's going to play hard until he blows out. So that's why I think that's what he's going to do. Yeah, so that's why but he did better than expected on my bench. All right, anything more that you want to add there?
No, sir.
All right. Green Bay at New Orleans, 3-38 in favor of New Orleans. Who would have thought? Yeah. The Scuds, the one we just spoke about, Juwan Johnson, 3 targets, 3 receptions, 21 yards, 2 touchdowns. That's why I was like, that's not sustainable. Okay, that's not. Yeah, you're not gonna be that. Yeah, but that's Mo Alley Cox numbers. Jameis Winston, 14 for 20, 148 yards, 5 touchdowns. Why don't you take care of the duds, man?
Yeah, A.J. Dillon, 4 carries, 19 yards. Aaron Rodgers. It did not look good. 15 for 28, 133, 2 interceptions. And Devontae Adams, 5 catches, 56 yards.
And?
Aaron Jones.
Yep. 5 attempts, 9 yards. Boo.
Ooh.
Yeah, so... Yeah, I don't think that was another one where there was actually an interview with Aaron Rodgers where he said that they expected to win, that they came out and they already knew they were going to win, so they were not prepared. So I think there's going to be like what Connor likes to say, that angry stuff with Detroit. They're just going to slap Detroit around.
That's his bitch right there.
Yeah, it's going to be in Green Bay. Yeah, it's not going to be pretty. Chicago at LA Rams.
This is one of the ones I got right.
14-34. Yeah, you know what? We've been kind of blowing past the over and unders, I guess.
Yeah, but I took the over on this game and I took the Rams to win. I got both right.
Yay! All right. I'm not such a loser after all.
Yeah, speaking of guys who aren't such losers after all, Matthew Stafford, 20 for 26, 321 yards, 3 touchdowns. Looked really happy being on a new team. Cooper Kupp looks like his best friend, the Blonde Bros, already calling it. 7 catches, 108 yards, and a touchdown.
Daryl? What about Daryl?
Yeah, you want to take that one?
16 attempts, 70 yards, 1 touchdown.
And then,
Duds.
of course, David. I wanted to get the
Go ahead.
David Montgomery, 16 carries, 108 yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah, I understand that. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll follow that. I'll go with it. I'll go with it. I didn't put him on my list because it's kind of what I expected, but the usage of Damian Williams just is maddening.
I will not let you rain on my parade of owning David Montgomery.
Okay, duds. Robert Woods, 4 targets, 3 receptions, 27 yards, 1 touchdown. Yeah, Vaughn Jefferson got more. Allen Robinson, 11 targets, 6 receptions for 35 yards. That wasn't good.
Yeah,
And the last one.
Marquise Goodwin outdoes you, you know it was a bad day.
Yeah, and the last one, last dud, Matt Nagy for not playing David Montgomery more. Okay,
There we go. You wanna play him out?
Yeah, so I have that, dude. I put that in there specifically because yeah, man, they should be playing David Montgomery more. I mean, he's just as obvious. Okay, how about this? Damian Williams and Matt Nagy are playing grab ass in the shower. How about that, dude? Okay,
Matt Nagy will literally play grab ass with anyone in the shower except David Montgomery.
Exactly, dude. Exactly. All right, let's go to Monday's game. Now you mentioned earlier that the other one was
The
the
R-rated game.
This one went to overtime also. Yeah, this one was a fun. This was a fun one. This really was a fun way to end the NFL week. I think it was great. 33-27 in favor of Las Vegas. You want to take the Scuds, man?
Yeah, Mark Andrews, man, he did not look good. And
I said Scuds.
The
Scuds.
Scuds. Oh god.
Scuds.
Yeah, well that just shows you. You know what? I'll throw Derek Carr out there.
Yeah, 34 for 56. Yeah.
Yeah, and the guy who caught like half of his targets, Waller.
Yeah. To finish Derek Carr's line, it was 34-56, 435 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Darren Waller, 19 targets, 10 receptions, 105 yards, 1 touchdown. I keep on predicting the guy's not going to do good, and he keeps doing good. So I keep messing up on that way. It just doesn't make sense. It just Derek Carr loves Darren Waller, you know. If you read a quote from the head coach Gruden, you know, he was like, "That's the most talented guy I've ever, coached." You know, so everybody seems to be swinging from Waller. Tyson Williams, I'll put him in there. 9 attempts, 65 yards, 1 touchdown. Duds, go ahead, Connor. You already started it.
Yeah, Mark Andrews and Lamar Jackson, I have to include both of them because I really was not happy with what they did. And then also, I think kind of the Raiders running backs as a whole, they didn't do too much. You know, you were kind of expecting more for where you drafted, Kenyon Drake. You're kind of expecting him to get some points in the PPR.
Yeah, Kenyon Drake, though, I think is more of a long play. Come on, man. Josh Jacobs already is nursing an ankle and a toe injury. Week 1.
He got a couple touchdowns. But yeah, right. I remember that. You remember that part in the game where like he was like limping on the sidelines and he had to pop a squat. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna. I hate to say it, but I also thought that Sammy Watkins, he got 96 yards, but he did not look too hot. There were a couple of balls that he should have caught.
Agreed. So yeah, there we go. That was the review, the week 1 review. Yeah, we're hoping that if we did this on Tuesday, we would spend some time to try to fit in also some waiver wire pickups. But since it's Wednesday, the waiver wires already ran. Hopefully you got Elijah. Okay, hopefully you did.
But you should have known he was the pickup.
Well, no, but I'm just saying that the waiver wires. If you have a waiver wire thing, I mean you're handcuffed to that communist bread line. So you're stuck.
I'm saying you should have known what bread to go for.
Yeah, but if you have open waivers like we do, Connor went and jumped. I think Sunday night and got him. Yeah, so he took care of that.
Like I was able to pick up a guy during the show. That's the beauty. It's anytime, any place.
Yeah, that's right. It's great. All right, so thank you guys. Thank you everybody for watching. Hope you enjoyed the show. If you were entertained by 2 generational beefheads bantering about, Connor, what should they do?
Like and subscribe to the channel. It really does help us out, guys.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Of course, we want to thank our supporters, Sports Host app. Make sure and download that. High Volume Music Radio. Make sure to download that app and check them out on highvolumemusicradio.com. Connor, talk about your book real quick.
Yes, sir. It's called You Know Too Much. And in a day where young men are trying to better themselves and trying to become a better version of themselves, I say to you, you should read this book so you can know too much. It's about a mentalist who helped me and a lot of other people become a better version of ourselves. So you can check it out. It's available as an ebook on the Amazon store right now. It's under $5, and it's under $5, and it's a great read.
Oh, it was free. Now it's under $5. Look at it.
It's free if you have like the Kindle subscription. Since you have a Kindle and you read books off of it, you get it for free. I don't know if that promotion is still going on, but it was. Brian is correct. It originally was when it first came out.
No, when it first came out, I spent $5 and I bought it.
Aww.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Not a problem, and I'm glad I did. And make sure tomorrow or today, Thursday, every whatever you're watching it, I don't know when you watch it, but on Thursdays, make sure to check on High Volume Music Radio, okay, on highvolumemusicradio.com or on the app at between 4 and 6. Drive Time Sports with Charlie and Brian. You'll be happy that you did. If you miss a show, you can download the High Volume Music Radio app. You can go to podcasts and hear Drive Time Sports with Charlie and Brian. And, of course, you'll find our show there, too. Shoot the Gap. So, on behalf of Connor, the Gut Marshall, and me, your humble MC, Brian, the Amigo Baldwin, we want to thank you for watching. We hope that this year is a damn sight better than the last. Party shots, Connor. What you got?
You have to make sure that you start the right guys, because I put Antonio Brown on my bench against you, and it almost cost me a victory.
Nah, Najee didn't play.
If Najee,
yeah.
But if your guy, I can't count on the other team not playing, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah. So make sure make sure you set your guys, and guys.
Antonio Brown, yeah, we'll talk about him later, but yeah, I don't know, dude. We'll talk about that later. You gotta know when to play him. Yeah, on that guy.
Yeah, well, you definitely should next week against the Rams.
Okay. Oh yeah. If you my party shot, if you lost this past week, don't worry. It's a long season. There are many chances to rebound, so don't freak out. You know, I keep reminding everybody that last year I lost my first 3 games in a row. I lost them, and then here I'm wearing this ring. So, you know, don't freak out. You know, don't panic drop, and please don't panic trade. Okay, okay, you don't want to be that donkey. All right, let's end it with the last line there, Connor. Remember, everyone, in fantasy football, as in life,
don't dream it.
Dream it. Be it. Yes. Yeah. Awesome. Enjoy Thursday, man. Yeah.